I'm Lindsay Downing. You have to be competitive, team-oriented, and a little bit creative and crazy. Back in the day, we had no idea. Everything was so different every single year. So I think you guys have it a little bit easier, but you also have more people now to make it interesting.
To be a Guidant Office Olympics champion, you have to have an awesome captain like myself or Tasula, pick out the perfect team, and make sure that your chemistry works. It's not really about who's the most athletic. It's Office Olympics. You just kind of gotta wing it sometimes. Luck, of course, and it helps with who you know. I really don't think I have anyone to settle the score with, but people might need to settle scores with me because I beat them so many times at all the events, so bring it.
My name is Sarah Engel. Do I remember anybody cheating? Joe Wishcamper. He, on multiple occasions, tried to body check me out of the way in order to win. Little did he know I was stronger and taller and quickly pushed him out of the way and ended up beating him.
My name is David Nilsson, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Guidant Financial. Well, you know, the idea for the Guidant Olympics originated from, you know, really our kind of desire to continue to improve as leaders. And so, you know, we study great leaders, you know, in the form of reading and, you know, through EO and things like that. And one of the leaders that Jeremy and I have just been extremely grateful to have been able to learn from was the great Michael Scott. You know, one of my favorite events of all time was Eat It or Beat It, and watching Keith Tracy actually dislodge his jaw to put a potato the size of my sweet horse's head in his mouth was one of the most amazing moments in Guidant history. I can't confirm or deny whether or not people cheat in the Guidant Olympics, and I can also not comment on the fact as to whether or not the judges have ever been bribed. You know, if I was looking to bribe Jeremy, I think it's pretty clear ugly socks and sweater vests would be the home run. You know, I think in order to be inducted into the Guidant Hall of Fame, you know, you'd have to be a competitor like Eric Ames, who was wicked smart, right? He was supposed to eat a whole Costco muffin within seconds, and he walked over to the faucet and wet it down so he could swallow it in one bite. Quite impressive, by the way. And I think, you know, bring great energy. Gina Alsdorf was always on a competitive team because I think she's just naturally a lightning rod. Or, when all else fails, be Greg Carson, because, you know, seems like a nice guy, but he's a total competitor, so he's not quite as nice whether you're on his team or not.
I'm Jeremy Ames. I'm one of the co-founders and co-CEOs here at Guidant. I'm not sure if the idea for the Guidant Olympics came while I was in the shower or while David was on the toilet, but we claim that it came from an episode of The Office. So my favorite costume, Marty leggings. So this was when our teams dressed up as different franchisor partners that we worked with. He was some kind of fitness company, I don't remember, but he was very 80s chic. So my very favorite event ever was when we did an eating contest. And we got these huge Costco muffins that we brought in. And if you've ever tried to eat one of those, it literally takes about a half an hour. And so everybody sits down, and Eric gets down, sits there, pours a glass of water and sets it there, and everyone's looking at it thinking, oh, he's just going to have a sip of water. And then they say, go. Eric starts dunking this huge muffin in the water, smearing it in his face. It was everywhere. It was beautiful. So to bribe Dave, tell him he's pretty. You like his hair. Tell him he looks skinny. Ask him if he's lost some weight. Tell him he has really interesting things to say, that you think he's so incredibly smart and talented. You could also compliment him on his car, his shoes, his belt, his watch. Literally anything you can think of that has to do with accessories would be highly productive.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
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 May the odds be ever in